Hi, this is Sean from At&t Productions in association with Rooted Android Users, a Google Plus community. I'm here today to show you how to install or flash a custom ROM onto a Safestrap recovery device. Basically any bootloader locked device like Verizon and At&t, Note 3s, S4s, S5s, etc. Have locked bootloaders. You can't install regular TWRP recovery or fills or anything. So a developer over at XDA Developers came out with excellent strap, a solution to our problem, and he called it Safestrap. And is what it does is it gets around locked bootloader. And it's actually a really nice device because it's almost like a dual boot system. You can create ROM slots where you can install more than one ROM on your phone. But for best results, we suggest you use the stock slot. Today I'm going to be installing a ROM onto ROM slot 1 that I've already created just for testing purposes. I've never flashed this ROM before, so I really don't want to mess it up. So let's get over here. Well, basically, let's do it this way. We're gonna boot our phone into Safestrap. This will just take a minute. There we go. This is how Safestrap looks. You can get it on the XDA developers page or at hashcodeblog.com, I do believe. But you do want to get it from XDA because they have the most recent version 3.75. You'll want B04 for Verizon and B03, I do believe, for AT&T devices. This is a Verizon wireless Note 3, so I'm running 3.75 with B04. Right here you can see it says Safestrap 3.75 with a customized TWRP recovery version of 2.7.1. So right here you got boot options, you got backup, mount, advanced, reboot, wipe, restore, and install. Okay, right now we're on our custom ROM slot, on our stock slot, and stock slot you can always see is in red. So always remember, if you see red up here, you're on your stock slot. Like I said, I'm doing this just for testing purposes today. Usually when I flash a ROM, I would flash it to my stock slot after making a backup of my stock slot right here. You just hit backup and make an Android backup, which makes an exact copy of your ROM you have on your stock slot. So when you flash it back, you'll have everything will be right back to the way it was. You won't lose anything at all. All your apps, settings, it'll be an exact copy. So you don't have to worry about it. If you don't like the ROM that you flash on the stock slot, you can always just flash your backup using the restore function right there. But right now I'm going to go to boot options and stock slot 1. First I'm going to go to ROM slot 2 because I haven't created it yet, just to show you how to create a ROM slot. I'm not going to go through the process, but I'll show you how. Right here you got system partition size, you got data partition size, and cache partition size. Basically you want to leave all these to normal. Right here you'll see selected space and free space. Okay, so you can't go over what free space you have left. The only thing you really want to jack up here, you leave the system and the cache the way they are. You can jack up the data partition size if you plan on installing a lot of apps on that slot. But if not, just leave it right here. And right now to create this, I would just hit create ROM slot. Mine's grayed out because I don't have enough free space to create it. Okay, because I've already got 2. So now I'm going to show you how to flash the custom ROM. Usually, like I said, you do it on stock ROM, okay? I'm just showing you on a ROM slot just for testing and video purposes here. I'm going to activate it. Now it's activated. Hit the back button, back into the original screen. First is what you want to do is you want to go to mount. Most people don't tell you this, okay? A lot of the time in here you won't have all these checked. It won't mount the system, won't mount the data, and then guess what? It don't mount the system. You're going to get into a boot loop. You're going to have troubles. So make sure you mount system. Make sure all these are checked, okay? And change this to internal storage. Hit OK. So right now we're on internal storage and we're mounting the SD card, internal storage, data, cache, and system. Go ahead and hit back. Next thing you want to do is simply hit wipe. Okay. And for most purposes, all you gotta do is slide this, and it does a factory reset and wipe. Usually this would be on stock. That's pretty much this fast on stock too. It's really quick. Anytime it's successful, it'll say successful up here. If it's not, it'll say failed in red. So make sure you pay attention to that. I'm at the back button. Usually I like to do factory reset twice on my stock slot, but since I just created a fresh slot, no big deal. You can also go to advanced wipe, and you got different options here. Like if you just wanted to, you get into a boot loop and you just want to try to get out of it by deleting your Delvik cache and your regular cache, you can just select them to swipe and then try to boot back into the ROM. Sometimes that'll get you out of a boot loop. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, so we've done this. We're going to hit the back button now. Next thing we're going to do is simply hit install. Okay. Then we're going to go to where this says internal storage. I don't have the ROM saved to internal storage, so I'm going to change it to micro SD card. Hit OK. And in my case, and in most cases, it's going to be under download. This says external card. It's not for some reason, so let me go look for it. I figured this would happen. Let's see here. Download. It's not in there. Let me look on my internal. Maybe it did put it on my internal. Let me go to backup on internal. I knew something would happen when I start to make the video. Let's see if I can find it in here. I'm going to be flashing Delta ROM today. It's a ROM I've never flashed before. See my Alliance ROMs. See everything but. Let's see here. There it is. Delta. N900V NC4. This is the file that I downloaded. Okay. Maybe get a little closer. I don't know how well you can see this, but basically you select the file that you downloaded. Make sure you remember what it's called. In my case, it's Delta. It's a dark ROM. Okay. So you select it. Next thing you do, if there's any more zips you want to add, like say you're downloading a ROM that has a backup with it, but they want you to flash the original first, then the backup, or if there's any themes that go along with the ROM that you want to flash, you can just hit add more zips right now and add them. That way you don't have to go back and do it. It'll do it all in one swipe. Okay? So right now we're going to flash the ROM. You simply swipe. There you see it says a darker ROM experience. Preparing device, installing ROM. We're going to give it a minute here. See how long this one takes. Shouldn't take too long. It's a pretty light ROM. I think it was only 1.3 gigabytes. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I don't see much progress here. I'll go ahead and pause the video and come back to you. But while we're waiting for this to happen, any information you need, any help with anything, come on over to Google Plus and check out the Rooted Android Users community. We got a bunch of friendly, knowledgeable people on there that'll be more than happy to help you with any questions you have about your device, ROMing, rooting, customizations, themes, you name it. Somebody over there will be able to answer your question. I'm one of the moderators. There's 2 other moderators. Everybody's very knowledgeable over there. The owner chimes in sometimes. He's pretty busy, but he does chime in sometimes, and he does write some articles also. So come join us over there. If you need any help, have any more questions, I'm gonna leave the Safestrap links down in comments, so you can get to the correct link for the 3.75, because sometimes if you go to hashcode site, you'll get old versions of it, like 3.65, 3.71. You don't want them. They're buggy. ROM slots don't work. See, there we go. That fast, guys. Doesn't take too long. So next thing we're gonna do, right here, you see what I told you, successful in green. If it failed, it would say failed in red. So that means we're all set. You can wipe cache and Dalvik right now if you want. I'm not going to. I'm just going to reboot it into system. So you hit reboot system. Sometimes, okay, there's our splash screen. Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Sometimes it could take, this is Safestrap, it's enabled. You can either hit the continue button or just wait 10 seconds and it automatically will boot up the ROM. So I just waited. Now let's keep our fingers crossed. I've never flashed this ROM before, guys. It is a beta, but there we're getting our boot screen. Everything's good so far. This is a beta ROM, so I was a little worried about it flashing for a video. Sometimes it'll stay first boot. A lot of the time on these ROMs could take up to 5 minutes. On some ROMs, that's just for the first boot now. So you know, don't get too antsy and think you're stuck in a boot loop right away. Wait at least 5 minutes, sometimes even longer. If you get up to 10 minutes and you're still on the boot screen, the boot animation screen, go ahead and pull the battery, put the battery back in, turn it on, and go back to Safestrap, enter recovery, and go ahead and clear cache and Dalvik. Try it again. If you still get into a boot loop, then you can go ahead and pull the battery again, put it back in, and then go back into recovery and just go to restore, and then find your backup that you restored. Always make a backup first, guys. And you can just restore your backup. No big deal. This one is taking a while. If it don't boot up here in the next minute or so, I'll go ahead and pause the video for you guys. I don't want to waste too much of your time. We're not too bad though. We're only 14 minutes into flashing custom ROM and we're already to the boot screen, so we'll give it a couple minutes, see what happens here with it. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video now, guys, until it boots up. Like I said, sometimes it could take up to 5 minutes. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. No reason to. See? There we go. Right there into the setup wizard. Okay? Okay. Now we're in the setup wizard. You're just going to choose your language, of course, English. Hit the next button. Setup wizard says the SIM card has already been activated. Your phone number, let's not show that. Next. It says unfortunately setup wizard has stopped. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, let's see what happens here. Like I said, this is a beta. It's probably not too much to do in the setup anyways. I don't want to show this again. My magazine. I don't like to use my magazine. I'm gonna have to agree to this. Okay. Channel location services. Agree. Agree. I like to put it into power saving mode. You can set it up if you want to. I'm not going to bother for the sake of the video here. Okay. Get out of that. Do not show this again. You swipe up to get to my magazine if you want to. But there you go. That's it. You're done. You just flashed a custom ROM. Not too hard, is it? It's got a nice little blue black theme, which I like. I'm into blue and black. Those are my favorite colors. Kind of why I chose this theme. You could go back into the setup wizard. I don't know why this one failed. Actually, I'll actually try to do that now. Because you do want to set it up. What am I doing? Let's go to all apps. Find the setup wizard. See where they got it here. It might be in tools. Yes, it is. Okay. Language we got check. Let's sync contacts. It keeps closing. This is a beta ROM. Usually, obviously I'm going to have problems with this one. I'd usually go into Dalvik and catch, and that might solve the problem. But I wouldn't advise this ROM because it is a beta. I like Alliance ROM or Biggins ROM for the Note 3. Those are two of my favorites. For some reason this setup keeps crashing, so I can't even sync my contacts or email. Let's try my Google here. Let's use an existing. I'm not going to show you this, so I'm going to take it out of the screen for a minute. Okay, I'm just signed in. You need backup and restore of your Google account. It says also communication, keep me informed of stuff. I don't want to be informed of nothing from them personally. You can set up your emails in here. So you can sync your contacts. It just crashed again. Like I said, this is a beta. I'm going to have these problems. I could probably go into Clear Catch and Dalvik and fix it. But I don't think that's going to be necessary right now. I'll just show you some of the features of this ROM. It's kind of a light ROM actually. It really don't have too much in it to speak of. Your widgets. Don't have many apps at all. It's a pretty light ROM, like I said. Right now you'd want to go in and set up everything. I am going to reboot into Safestrap right now and clear Catch and Dalvik real quick just to see if we can get that working again. Because the setup wizard should not be forced closing like that. It's obviously a ROM issue. It's in beta. It's showing custom. They should have removed that. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever flashed this ROM. I can't really tell you much about it. So far, I'm not too impressed, to be honest with you. I want to go into recovery. It takes a second. I'm going to try to keep this video under a half an hour, guys. But I want to show you how to do this because you might run into these problems. So you need to know how to fix them. Most guys don't show you that if they run into a problem. They just turn off the camera, pause it, get it to where it's right, turn back on the camera and look like everything went smooth, right? I'm not like that. Sometimes you run into problems. I'm going to show you how to fix them. So right now, I'm going to go check and see if everything's still mounted right. System wasn't. I'm going to check it. Right now, I'm going to go to wipe. Okay. I'm going to go to advanced. I'm only going to choose Delvic, catch, and catch. Okay. Only those two should be checked right now. Swipe. Done. Successful. Back. 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 Okay. Back one more time. Nope. Reboot. Sorry. Reboot system. See if we can get Setup Wizard to work now. Got everything except contacts, basically. Got your Google account in there, so I mean that's good. You probably have your contacts in there anyways from your Google account. I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue for but we'll see. I'll go ahead and check and see if it did update my contacts. If it did, basically the only other thing there is email, and I mean, who uses the stock email app anyways? I mean, most people don't. I use Inbox or Gmail, so that's not going to affect me at all, not being able to set up email, but I'm sure you can probably go in there and set it up through the app instead of the Setup Wizard. See, right now, since we cleared the catch in Delvic, it's going to be optimizing all the apps. There's 288 on here. This is a very small ROM. On my other ROMs, I usually have 400. That's because I already got them set up usually, but this shouldn't take too long. It's only 288. We're already at 100. I want to show you this because sometimes you run into this problem and you got to go back in and clear the cache and the Delvic cache. Like I said, I didn't do it after flashing the ROM. You got the option to. I probably should have. I usually do. I was just trying to take a shortcut for time constraints for the video. Looks like it's backfiring on me here. But I'm not going to edit none of this out, guys. Most people would. I'm showing you the real deal. Sometimes you can have headaches doing this. That's why you come over to Rooted Android Users on Google Plus and you ask for some help if you run into a problem. Usually there's always one of us on there. I got my notifications on, so whenever somebody posts on there a question, I get a notification right away, and usually I'll get back to you really quick. During most hours of the day anyways. I do have to sleep, but we have moderators in different countries and different time zones, so they're usually on when I'm not. Okay, there we go. It's got the camera thing on the screen. It's pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. Let's check it out. There. Okay. Got a voicemail update. Let's try to go back into that settings. Tools. Setup Wizard. Let's try contacts. Yeah, still crashing. Oh well. Let's see if our contacts are in here though. Because I basically got everything synced. Google's synced. The only thing it didn't do is email. I used Gmail anyways. Like I said, this is a beta ROM anyways. It's not going to be perfect. There we go. It's got all my contacts in here anyways. See? Because I did my Google account. Okay, don't really want to show too much of this to anybody. But see, it's got my favorites in there. I can show that. See, when you back up your Google account, it puts your contacts back in there, so there's no reason. So everything's good, no big deal. It's a keypad, and that's here's what the ROM looks like. A couple of pages you can set up however you want. Contacts, messages. Just no messages, of course. Chrome browser. See if it works. Working fine. All apps. You'd want to go in and set up Viper for Android on a custom ROM. Very, very nice audio app. Let's check out voicemail. It said I had an update. Please wait while we check your account info. But there you go. In 25 minutes, even with problems, minus the 10 minutes it took me to download the 1.2 gigs probably, we just flashed a custom ROM on your phone. It's that easy. Welcome to visual voicemail. Continue. This is terms and conditions. You have to accept. I'm going to say no thanks to the free trial for premium. And there's all my voicemails even loaded all my voicemails. Because it syncs with your Google account. So a lot of guys think, oh, if I flash a custom ROM, I'm going to lose everything. Well, no, because almost everything is backed up. Even your apps. Right now, I don't have auto backup on. If I had auto backup on in the Play Store, it'd already be putting all my apps that I had on my other ROM in here. Okay? So you can go to Play Store to get back all of your apps. You just go here. Most people know how to do this. You go to My Apps. You go Update All. And it'll put all these apps on here. Okay? I'm not going to do it because I'm going to end up getting rid of this ROM probably. I'm just doing this for testing purposes. From what I see of it, I'm not all that impressed. I didn't see any kind of themes, too many themes. Well, actually, I take that back. There was a couple themes for it. Maybe, you know, I just don't like betas. I like stable TouchWiz ROMs. You don't have any problems with them. Okay. So let's see if the S Pen works. Yes, S Pen works. It's got a themed air command. Pretty nice. Actually, this ROM ain't too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if it works. Action memo works. Okay. So everything seems to be working. Team Blackout, I heard when I was checking this ROM out. Available apps. Let's see what they got available while we're here. You can take another minute or two, can't you guys? This is a new updater. Available theme packages. Let's see if there are any. There we go. There's some available themes. Team Blackout Updater. Blackout Updater. Clear Blackout Updater. Average Joe's. So they do have some themes in here you can upload, obviously, download. But if you want to check out this ROM, I'll leave it down in the comments. But like I said, it is a beta ROM. It's currently in beta. Let's check Super SU here. No thanks to follow him. No apps are configured yet. Let's configure one. It's going to ask me for, so let's click yes. I want super audio quality. That's how you set up Viper for Android. See, now it's going to ask me for super user, Super SU, Super SU. I'm going to grant it. Anytime that pops up when you open up an app, It's asking for root access. Right here, driver installed, please reboot your device. Okay, go ahead and say okay, okay, okay. Now this is Viper for Android. Right now you'd want to go over to menu, go to UI settings. This is important, believe me. Right now it's on beginner. See how there wasn't that many settings? Set this to expert, guys. Okay, set it to expert. It's going to install the driver for expert. Okay, super audio quality again. Hit OK. Want to make sure you do this because it's going to add a lot of features down here. You got impulse response now. Okay, see all these different impulse responses. These you have to download separately. I've already downloaded these. These are already on my device. So like I said, you guys don't lose everything when you flash a custom ROM. Don't think you're going to lose everything, because you don't. You're going to have a lot of the stuff that you already have, because everything in your data is still basically there. Okay. See, I like, there's a lot of cool ones I just downloaded. I'm still checking them out. But before that, in hd.irs files, I'll put a link to this too down in there for IRS files. This one right here, where is it? It's DFX Surround 2. That's a nice one. Then you can set up your cross channel, but I'm not going to get into this right now because this isn't about Viper for Android. This is about how to install a ROM. So I think I'm done here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That's how you flash a custom ROM with Safestrap recovery. I'll put all the links down in comments, and please like the video, and come visit us at Rooted Android Users on Google+. Thank you, guys.